But yeah, Matrix.
So let's just talk Matrix real quick. We can get through it, and then we'll get to our Christmas
Get it out of the way.
festivities.
Okay.
I want to know what you think because you sent me a message, super cryptic. No idea if you were on the positive or the negative. And I just want to know what you thought about the movie.
Just about that message or just the movie overall?
Oh, okay. Tell me about the message.
Well, no, I'll get to the message.
Okay.
So,
Which
so
one?
This is,
No.
This is how I felt about
Okay.
this movie. So, strong start.
Oh, yeah?
Like from the,
Yeah.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, we're going right into this.
Yeah.
No build up, no nothing.
Yeah.
And I was like, let's go. And
Like,
then
dang. Yeah? Just
fell hard.
like the bodies
Fell
jumping
to
out
the
of
bottom.
windows.
Fell to the bottom, hard, hit the street,
Yeah.
exploded. And
Bot bombs, I think they're called.
you don't need to explain to me why the joke is funny.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I know why it's funny.
Yeah.
You don't need to explain to me why Christmas is a great time. I know why it is. You don't need to explain the obvious to me because I know why something is the way that it
Do you
is.
feel like that's all this movie was
That's
doing?
the whole movie
Just
was
explaining.
explaining to me why something was once good.
Oh, yeah.
So I felt like this movie was the guy that was a football star in high school and you're not anymore, but you got to tell everybody, well, back in
Yeah,
the day,
I mean, yeah,
I
you
was
should've-
I was a 3-time state champ.
Should have seen me, my
Man, I
prime.
was throwing 4 touchdowns, 300 plus yards a game, 1 interception. Like,
Yeah.
that was so, I remember that, dude. That was crazy, dude. I was at all those games. That was awesome for you. Guess what? You're not that guy anymore.
But you're also like
So
that.
why are you still talking about it?
You're also that guy that brings it up during Super Bowl. And
yeah,
you're
oh,
like,
man, if it was me out
Yeah,
there, man,
you
I
know.
would have done it.
and you're like, that was a crappy call. If I was out there, I would have done. You're like,
And
no,
I don't
no.
like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that because
Yeah.
you were great
Mhm.
and we'll always remember
Yeah.
it. Forever remember it.
Yeah.
And you don't need to bring it up to me because I already know it. The world already knows it.
Yeah.
And the world knew that this trilogy, again, the trilogy itself wasn't great,
Right.
but the story, Keanu Reeves,
Mhm.
all of that was great. The time it
Yeah.
happened in the early 2000s, 90s.
Well, and a lot of
situation.
people considered The Matrix to sort of like transcend the movies themselves, right? Like it was a philosophical thing.
It was deep.
Yeah, and so, and yes, there were action movies, but like just the thought of The Matrix was like, whoa, it was mind bending. People really, really got deep into it.
The action in it, all of them,
Yeah.
was fun. I still love the highway scene in the third
I
one.
think it's the
Second one. Like, I still love that scene.
I don't know.
Carrie Ann Moss and Jessica Jones was like absolutely
Yeah.
like a terrified. Like, I was terrified of
Yeah.
her. Like,
She's
if I
awesome.
ran into her in the street,
Yeah.
Jerry Hogarth was like the only person I'm like, would absolutely terrified to go up to her. Keanu Reeves, phenomenal. We share a birthday. We're birthday bros.
Oh,
we
I didn't know that.
We talk about it at
Hey,
poker when we do
dang.
our
Oh,
poker
okay,
nights on
cool, yeah.
Thursdays. Both of them were great.
Yeah.
But here's where my text message was.
Oh,
This is
okay.
what I was thinking.
All right.
And this is,
When you were like, whoa, or
yo, Neil Patrick Harris is awesome, bro. He was so good. He was
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah, he was one of my favorite parts at the end when he's like,
Oh,
God.
they're like kicking the shit out of him.
well, no, not that's the end, but in the very beginning or at the beginning of the end when he's like, "Oi, what a mess," and he like gets up and
Oh, yeah.
like just chit chats and stuff. But I'm like, even when he like confronts Neo in the bike shop and first revealing like, I will kill Trinity.
That whole scene. Yeah, when he got the apple and he just
Yeah.
putting his like, yo, it was so good. I was like, that's like the highlight of the movie for me was like any scene that he was in. I just truly loved it because he wasn't like silly about it.
Yes,
Like Neil Patrick Harris is a silly guy.
So
He's fun.
silly,
He's
yeah.
an Albuquerque kid. He's from around these parts.
So actually, real quick before you finished, because speaking of him being silly, I'm also in the middle of watching 8-Bit Christmas.
Oh, I finished 8-Bit.
Oh, did you?
I did. I watched it a couple
He's
weeks ago.
so Neil Patrick Harris in that movie.
From the
Like,
beginning,
yeah,
from the jump.
from the very beginning.
And that's
He
what you
slips on
expect,
ice.
because he's good at it.
Yeah,
He's
that's
very,
right.
very good
So
at
then
it.
you don't expect him to be a villain like this.
A compelling one I found.
Right.
I did just my thoughts. I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa, this guy's scary.
Yeah.
Like,
He's like,
this
he
is
made
a
this world for
yeah.
the sheeple. Yeah.
This is a scary, scary dude. And then that was it. And then the movie ended. I was like, whew.
I think
get to go home now.
I completely agree with you. I think that Carrie-Anne Moss and Neil Patrick Harris and of course what's his name, Neo, Keanu Reeves are the three best things about this movie.
Yeah.
For sure. And it's not even because, I mean, I probably like to watch them in anything.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're just amazing at what they do. And after that, I'm sort of like you. Like, the movie falls flat for me. It falls really flat. And I think it was cool.
It was long. It was so
It
long.
didn't need to be 2.5.
It was like right at 2. It was like 2:29.
Yeah, it was like, come on.
Did you watch the cutscene?
I did. So stupid. And that was the thing, is I was, I'm watching the movie, and because of my life circumstances, I don't usually get to watch movies in one go.
Yeah.
So I'm halfway through the movie, and Kat's sort of like, "Oh yeah, what are you thinking so far?" And I'm like, "This movie is dumb."
But and then they're like, "Well, the studio's making us do it. Like, the studio's forcing us to create a game, and they'll do it with or without us."
Yeah, but weren't you like?
and they like actually
They even say
said
Warner.
the company.
They even say Warner Brothers in the movie.
Did nobody?
I'm like, come on.
It was just
Was that a middle finger from Lana Wachowski?
probably.
Like,
I mean,
but would the studio approve
they
that
didn't
middle
even bring-
finger?
yeah, yeah.
They're like, so what? You
Yo,
still have to make it.
And it's funny
You
because
still gotta make
Warner
it.
Brothers, I believe, is gonna go through such a facelift coming up here pretty soon. They're
Hope
just
so.
like saying whatever, and
Yeah.
they're like, it's not gonna like we're resetting the multiverse here very soon.
Yeah.
It's like, do whatever you want.
We're gonna just like, they're gonna change their logo. They're gonna change their colors,
like they're changing
all of it.
everything.
All of it's changing.
But I'm like, I don't want it. I don't. Just leave it at 4. You got 4 of them. I don't know that I need to
I'm actually really mad that they made this
don't
movie,
need
because I
to
feel like they tainted
keep
it.
going.
You know what they could have done? And I know this sounds really this is not gonna sound good at all. But they probably would have been better off like Force Awakening this movie, where
Oh, okay.
like you have a whole new cast, you sort of have like a new The One situation, and then you don't bring Neo in until the very end. There's like this reveal of like,
That would've
oh
been
well, we
cool.
need to find Neo to, Neo's dead. No, he's alive, and then we sort of get this like, and then I think it would have compelled you to come back. But they really do. They give you Neo and they give you Trinity. They give you Neo right off the bat.
Yeah, Trinity took a
Trinity
while.
takes like, I think
She
she's like
took a
halfway
while.
through.
Yeah.
And she's Tiffany at first, of course, but
Tiffany. And then she's like, I don't even like the name. I was like,
I
none
know.
of us like the name.
yeah.
Nobody wanted that.
No one wanted you to be Tiffany. And I'm trying to think of like why I don't like this movie. I thought it was really dumb. I
There
don't
was
think
just
that
no point in it.
Yeah.
I always liked in all the Matrix movies, though, some of the sound editing that they do, like when they hit, like it
Yeah.
sounds cool. Again, because it's not a real world, so it's like not a different
Right.
thing. But like when they're fighting, like it sounds really cool. But again, that to me is not nearly enough for me to be like, oh, the movie was good. The movie's 2.5 hours.
I know.
Even I was like, and I never split movies up. I have to just sit there and do it.
Yeah, and
Why
even
should I
you
just
were
knock
like,
the rest of this out in the morning. Like I'm not.
you were like, "Ugh," like,
yeah, like
not
this is
really
long.
digging
I'm starting
it.
to get tired. Like
yeah.
I didn't need it.
It
Again,
we got like the power, the force push,
yeah,
as I'm calling it. This
Yeah.
force push, and we get it when he's fighting Morpheus, and then they just like use the hell out of that thing the
Yeah.
whole time.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I got this new thing.
I got this new thing that I can do. I'm
But
gonna
it's
use
not a
it
knock
all
on
the time.
Keanu. It's not
No,
a knock on
no.
Neo. It's just
No, not at all.
they wrote a script. He took it. He followed his orders and did it. And
Yeah.
They just don't need to do this again. Like I heard a lot of people saying, well, like now where can we go from here?
Nowhere.
What's the plan?
Nowhere. I don't want it.
Don't do anything else. Just stop.
Well, and
Please
again,
stop,
if you
please,
made
please
if
stop.
you made another movie and you called it Matrix whatever,
Revived.
Wow.
I don't know.
Dang.
I mean-
and that shocked me that you pulled that out of nowhere, and don't have any of the original cast at all. Then
Yeah.
maybe I would be compelled to see a different story within the Matrix. But I don't want the same story within the Matrix.
Yeah,
You
like
know-
trying to retell. And
Yeah,
that's
like, I
all this
know-
movie was like, yo, reliving the glory days.
Yeah,
I didn't like that. They showed clips the whole movie of the old movies.
I know. I mean, you can't really get more like back in my day than
Yeah,
that,
like,
right?
this is
Than
how we did it.
showing,
Yeah.
literally showing clips of the other movie.
Yeah.
But I did like the Neo Trinity, like having to be together story.
Hmm.
And there's something there where you could have again had this movie that just had them two, again, not all the extra stuff, just like they lived in the Matrix again and then they were somehow pulled to each other.
Mhm.
Like you could have done something like that where it just focused on them, but like all of this fluff I think was just unnecessary.
2.5 hours.
Yeah, it was nonsense. It was nonsense.
It was fun. There's some action and some stuff.
There's some action.
But
I don't
like,
think there's
not
anything.
a lot.
The Matrix was groundbreaking. Like I don't think that people understand that the Matrix in 1999 was groundbreaking.
Like, changed the world.
And people did
I would
things
go as far as to
differently.
say it changed the world.
And
The world of film.
I was hoping for a number 4 where we again were going to see things we had never seen before, and once again we were going to...
Can't blame it on COVID.
No,
I
I
don't think
the,
any of these issues have to do
the
with
script was not
COVID.
good.
Yeah.
The script is not good. And
Yeah.
again, right off the bat, you get the feeling that Lana Wachowski did not actually want to do this movie. Right? And I'm like, I don't know that it was a movie that should have been made at that
Yeah,
point.
and I think she like did the best she could, but was also like, all right.
Like, yeah, I
If
get
you're
like
if
sure.
you're forcing me to do this and you're
Then
gonna do
this
it
is
with
what
or
I
without
got.
me,
Yeah.
like, all right.
Then I'll be a part of it,
Yeah.
and this is what I got, and
Yeah.
let's move forward with this.
Yeah.
You
And
know, and then-
it's fine. I'm not gonna watch it again. I don't need to buy it on
Yeah,
Blu-ray. I
and
don't need to.
That's all I kept thinking about when I was watching it too. Is I kept thinking, wow, I'll never see this movie ever again.
Yeah.
Like I'll never pick it up, or even if I go back and watch the first 3,
Like you'll
I'll
only
never,
watch the first
yeah, I'll never watch the 4th
Yeah.
one as a part of that.
two. No. Definitely
And-
not.
It's not a good movie.
No.